Let's go. Yeah, guys, what I had to do after this trading session this morning, I didn't even look at the charts. I had to step away and I didn't even look at them after the session this morning, just walked away. But 15-minute unicorn, beautiful, 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 right off of that fair value gap right there, Joshua. Man, I love it. That's what we like to see. That is what we like to see. All right, so our bearish movement in the market is still going, guys. We're still continuing to the downside. So basically what I will be looking for, God, 500 ticks with 6 micros. Jeez. Let's go. Man, I love it. Man, so you caught most of that move down then. That's amazing. Good stuff. All right, so 5-minute SIBI up here. We continue this downtrend. We got a big retracement move, right? If we look at like our swing high to swing low, we can see, all right, did we make it up to that premium? Yep, we traded up to the premium of this range here. Ended up dropping back down. Now, if we were looking at our full AM range, right, we'd want to look at our market open to our low form down here. We didn't technically reach that premium of our AM range, but we did tap into this unicorn right here, right? That fair value gap, great level right there. So good retracement, good fall through the downside. Pretty solid there. Glad you caught that one, Joshua. I'm glad you were able to spot that in real time and hop on that. That's amazing. You grab some of the movement on a practice account. Hey, this is one of those days where deep, that's great. You know, it's one of those days you might want to go to that practice account. Yeah, after taking a few losses, just go to the practice account and recoup and get back into that good mindset. So even if you did only catch the move in a practice account, that's still great. That's still practice. You're still learning. You're still getting better. So right now, everything is still telling me bearish. If we look at our daily time frame, we have absolutely ran right through that daily busy. And as I said this morning, not expected, right? Did not expect us to run through that. Oh well. Didn't expect it. We move on. So now we're coming down. We have another daily busy all the way down here. Right here, daily busy. Boom, right there. And then if we look at the 4-hour, we have this next 4-hour order block. Technically, we are already in this order block because technically it would be both of these candles. So we're in that order block almost to the 50% already. And then if we go down to the hourly, we're pushing through a 1-hour order block as we speak, and we're coming down to that next one. And then we have these lows all the way down here, external lows. Right, so that's that next external sell side level all the way down at those lows. Looking at the 30-minute, okay, relative to equal lows here, pushing through an order block, continuing to move down, guys. Nothing is really stopping us. Nothing's stopping us. We're almost to that external low already. So what we want to wait for is a nice move down like this and then a retracement. All right, then a retracement back into an order block like this. All right, a 5-minute order block. Or a 15-minute imbalance. You know, levels like that is where we want to see price go to. And if price is just going to keep running away, well, I'm not going to chase, but I will start looking for entries off of these fair value gaps, off of our 1-minute levels, off of our 5-minute levels, off of our 15-minute levels. Right, because we still have reward all the way down to that low, all the way down to that hourly external low. So right now I would want to see us go tap into that 5-minute order block here. Would really like to see us tap into that 5-minute order block. You know, create this sell side liquidity level here. Have a sell side level right here. Come down, target that sell side. And then, you know, take a TP at that sell side level and then hold it all the way down to our external lows. Okay, so we bounced off that 1-minute a little bit. I do want to see if we're going to trade into that 5-minute though. Looks like we're not going to. Looks like we're going to get a strong bounce off of that 1-minute. So still respecting our 1-minute levels here. All right, I really do want to look at our 5 and 15 minute. Do really want to see us come back, you know, into a 5-minute resistance level, something along those lines. We're getting near the end of the hour right now. We're gonna see. It looks like we're gonna see another strong hourly displacement candle. Looks like we're gonna keep moving down. So again, just looking for shorts, looking for price to retrace into a good level to short off of. Right, if we're looking at our dealing ranges, swing high to swing low is what you're looking for. You just use your Fibonacci, like swing high, swing low here. That one didn't make it to the premium, so maybe might not have taken that trade necessarily. Today, we're not really coming back for a premium. We're pretty much just going to tap into the nearest fair value gap, and we're continuing to drop. As we can see right now, this one is not really coming back. This one's not really coming back. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so just going to be patient. I'm going to wait for a good, solid setup. Look to take one really nice entry. That's what I'm really looking for. And I talked about this on Monday. I think I talked about this on Monday. On the prop firm accounts, I was thinking about maybe sizing up a little bit and just looking to take like one trade or 1 or 2 trades at most. Still thinking about doing that. And really just looking for one good setup, one loss, 1 or 2 losses really. So this one's not coming back. So these 1 minute fair value gaps are holding so strong right now, guys. So we're going to be looking at those 1 minute fair value gaps now. Because we got a strong drop off of that fair value gap right there. Very strong drop. We didn't want to come back and retest the 5 minute. Now we're forming a 1 minute order block here. Right, and we still have a lot of ticks away, a lot of ticks to go until that external low, but I think we will try and sweep that today. I do think we will try and sweep that level today. Basically, what I want to wait for us to do is form a swing low, get retracement, you know, into a nice fair value gap order block. Right, retrace back up into like a 5 minute fair value gap, 5 minute order block, take those shorts back down. So right now, we're not really doing much pullback. We're just pretty much retracing to that first fair value gap and coming right back down. And look at that. Yeah, this one's already dropped. This one continues to drop, right? This one's not coming back. This one is not coming back right now. That's all right. I'll wait for that pullback. Wait for that pullback. All right, we are about 5 minutes away from our hourly close going into Silver Bullet. So I'm okay with waiting for the next setup. I want to see price come back into a good level. All right, same thing over here on ES. Similar things happening over here on ES. Okay, so another strong down close candle on the 5 minute. 15 minutes looking pretty strong. Keeps moving down. We've got a 1 minute fair value gap here. So just got to wait for pullback, and eventually, right, that target would be 19,525. The ultimate target to the sell side would be 19,525. 19,525. That's where we're looking for price to go. Got that hourly low down here on ES as well. Getting close to it. All right, so let's see if we do want to retrace into that 1 minute. We have a 2 minute fair value gap there as well. Could be a very good level of entry here. If we can see a nice reaction off of this fair value gap, come down and look for price to target, for price to target this low here. And just keep trading with the trend. Yeah, this market has not really been stopping. It's been running through all of the liquidity, all of these support levels. Nothing has been stopping it right now. So I'm going to keep trading with the trend, keep trading with the structure here. Market's moving like crazy. Moving like crazy. All right, so not what I expected coming into the market, and that's why we just have to adjust our plan. Can't be steadfast on that initial plan if things are looking different. So now we're seeing this bearish market stepping in. So now we look for some short positions. So we got that 2-minute imbalance and that 1-minute imbalance right above. We got a 2-minute and a 1-minute imbalance above on ES as well. So let's see if we want to come back. If we want to get some nice retracement. Market next hourly candle close in the market is in 2 minutes. We can see how big this hourly candle is, how aggressive it is to the downside. Going to be a very strong displacement candle on the hourly. So now we have that 3-minute imbalance, a 2-minute imbalance, and a 1-minute imbalance there. I really do want to see price retrace back into those levels to look for a short position. And don't want to see price run away from us too soon. I want to see it come back, tap into our level, then we can get involved. So this one looks like it wants to just run away. Greg, you were asking about lunchtime pump. Yes, so 1 minute time frame. Just want to test someone's there. Catch both days. 250 ticks. Yeah, so that's that London close reversal that I always talk about, right? It's that lunchtime reversal. So it could either be a lunchtime dump or a lunchtime pump. When we're very bearish, you're looking for that lunchtime pump. When you're very bullish, you're looking for the lunchtime dump. So I do talk about that very often, and that's why I talked about that fib, right? Going on the 15-minute time frame, using the fib from the high and the low we formed in the morning, right? Like right here. And usually you do want to see price come back to a premium. Today it didn't make it to a premium, but you did see that lunchtime pump. So it's something to look out for. It's something I do often look out for. I look out for that a lot, right? Today, I had already hit my loss limit. I was all done trading. I didn't want to look at the market, so I wasn't even looking for that. But yes, that is a very good setup to look for in the market. Something that I do look for often. Yeah, of course. Yeah, so it's normally around like 11:30 Eastern to noon Eastern, right? Going into that lunch hour, right at London close. It's usually when it happens. Yeah, market makers were definitely watching me this week. Definitely watching me. They wanted to stop me out. They saw we were doing too good and they wanted to humble us. All right, we have a 5-minute fair value gap that we just tapped into there as well. So I do want to start looking for shorts here. I'm going to attempt the shorts. I'm going to attempt the shorts. Ooh, entry's low. But look how we tapped into that 5-minute. Just barely. And then we tapped into the... Let's see, did we tap into the 2 or the 1 minute? We didn't tap into the 2 or the 1 minute. But we did tap into that 5-minute. And this 5-minute structure has been very good. Remember, it is the end of the hour. So let's see if we're going to start to manipulate up. If we do, just cut it real quick and then look for a re-entry. Right, but we tapped into that 5-minute like I want to see. Now the only issue is TP is only 62 ticks away for a first TP. And stop loss, we're going to have to keep this trade more of a 1-to-1. So I'm just going to put my stop right above at 19.613.75. Might have to just cut this one and wait for a re-entry here. Just cut it around break even. If this one pumps up too quick, I'll just cut it. 613.75 is going to be my stop here. So I'm in 5 micros right now. in 5 micros. So let's see if this one wants to fall off of that 5 minute. And really we'd be looking to catch it all the way down. All the way down to that external low. So let's see here. What I'd probably do is maybe just scale out of a few once we break that low. And then just maybe hold on to a few runners. So this one, the risk to reward here isn't great on the first TP. This first TP level. Right, obviously because my entry is low. But what I was doing was just waiting for us to tap into that fair value gap and then see a reaction. So that's why my entry was lower. And I don't really mind having a lower entry when we're in such a bearish day. When we've been really, really, really bearish and really dropping, I don't mind having that low of an entry here. I'd rather have a higher entry, but this one has been falling like crazy. So it's not the end of the world to have an entry this low, for me personally. And again, I'll just watch this one really closely. And if this one's going to keep chopping and it's going to start pumping up towards my stop loss, you know, then maybe I'll just cut it at break even and then wait for us to tap up a little bit higher. But today, the market's not really waiting around for us, right? The market's doing its thing. It's just hitting the level barely and then just dropping. So that's why I don't really mind having a lower entry. A few different reasons. So let's see if this one wants to continue down. Again, I'm only in 5 micros. I haven't added into any other into the position just because, you know, I wanted to see some continuation first and then a pullback. All right, so I'm watching this very closely here. I might just cut this one and wait until we stop chopping. I'm just going to cut this one at break even here, and I'm going to wait for us to come back up because we're chopping, right? If we weren't chopping, I would probably hold on to this, or if I got my entry up here, I would hold on to it for longer. But now I want to wait for us to come back up. So I'm just going to cut that one right around break even and wait for this to come back up a little bit higher. All right, because we didn't get the follow through right away. Entry was low. Now let's just wait for some more retracement. We're getting an aggressive move up. So I'm just going to be a little bit more patient here and see if we want to tap into that 2 minute, 1 minute, maybe get a little power of 3. Again, you could hold on to this entry if you want to, because we're still technically, you know, respecting this level on the 5 minute time frame. So you could technically still hold on to it if you want to. Just not really a trade I want to hold on to. I want to see if we're going to retrace a little bit more now after getting this weakness, right? We're really weak to the downside. So I want to see us come back up a little bit. Want to see us come back up a little bit. This is on an eval, trade 903. This is on an eval. This is on an eval. All right, so let's see if this one is going to come back up. Again, if you wanted to keep holding that, you could keep holding it. I just didn't want to hold on to this while we're chopping. I want to see some cleaner price action, but it's still respecting that 5 minute, so it's still dropping. Just too much chop. We did get some SMT at the highs, which is good. No, like I was telling everybody earlier, after this morning session, I decided not to look at the market until this session here. I said, I'm done. I'm going to wait. I'm not even going to look at the market whatsoever until our next trading session. So, didn't even look at it. So yeah, the VIX is bullish. I still expect this one to drop here. I just didn't like how this one was pumping. But we did get some SMT at the highs, so I still expect this one to fall. Just a little too much chop there. But if you held on to that, boom, there's first TP. There's first TP right there. All right, and now we got SMT at the lows. So it's just too much chop right now for me to hold that position after seeing such an aggressive candle up. Not something I'm going to hold on to. If we saw instant movement down or we really continue down, yeah, I would have kept holding to that onto that one. But now I want to see a better entry from up here. I want to find a better entry up here. Because again, now that we're in silver bullet, we have all of these imbalances. We have a 1 minute, we have a 2 minute, we have a 3 minute, we have a 4 minute, and we have that 5 minute. All right, so the 5 minute did barely tap into it, and we are seeing that rejection off of it. But with all of those other fair value gaps that we haven't tapped into, I would like to get a better entry from this chop, like a little bit of a power of 3 move. So let's see if we're going to come back. Is anybody holding on to the shorts right now? Did you guys take TP if you are holding on to them? If you are holding on to them, yeah, they still could really drop from here, for sure. For sure, I just did not want to hold on to that. So they look like they were about to break out again. Just getting some SMT at the lows. Yeah, so that was the issue, right, for me, is right as I was trying to get the entry, we dropped very aggressive, so my entry ended up being lower than I would prefer it to be. But like I said before, I wasn't too mad about having a low entry on that. I just didn't like how we were moving up and chopping. I would have been fine with that low entry if we got a strong continuation to the downside. But since we came down and tested and we're chopping up, not an entry I really wanted to hold on to. I'd rather hold on to an entry from up here. I want to see us go manipulate and grab that buy side liquidity and then come down back to the lows. Start that silver bullet short. So I'll be waiting to see if we come back. We might not come back. This one might just keep dropping to our objective. And if it does, oh well. Then I just took a break-even loss there. No big deal. Like a few ticks in the red. Not very much. I do really want to see this one come back up. Very, very choppy here. All right, so this level right here, right around 19,613.50 is where I really want to get an entry. It's where my ideal entry will be, right up in this level. There you go, Frank. Still green on the day. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, we just got some more SMT. More SMT divergence there. ES is already up here into that fair value gap, and Q is not. Pretty strong up close candle there on ES. A little bit of pullback on the VIX. So I do want to see NQ move up and retrace a little bit. Definitely want to see some retracement here on NQ. Come up and give us a better risk to reward setup here. Okay, so we're tapping into that level now. Now I need to see a rejection off of this level if I'm going to get an entry. Okay, we're starting to reject. We are starting to reject that level. 5-minute candle is about to close. I would like to see this candle close below these highs. We're not getting enough rejection right now for me to get an entry yet. This is too aggressive to the upside to get any bearish entry. Very strong close to the upside there on the 5-minute. All right, so I don't really like that. I don't like that move. We just disrespected the 1-minute fair value gap there. Trade into the 2-minute. Okay, but I still want to see a power of 3. So I'm going to try out these shorts one more time. Again, just a low entry again there. A very low entry again. But that's a pretty nice rejection. And it's a higher entry than we had before. That was a very nice rejection off of that level. Off the 2-minute, off the 3-minute, the 4-minute, and the 5-minute. So now let's just see if we're going to get a continuation down, or if we're going to start to really look bullish here. Again, this is what the market has done multiple times today, where we have really faked out hard to the upside, and it looks like we're going to reverse, and we don't, and we just go right back down. Put my stop just above that high. So I'm just going to keep in the 5 micros for right now until I'm proven that the shorts are going to step in, because this is still an aggressive entry here with this price action being pretty volatile. And seeing that strong up close candle with displacement, it's still a very, very aggressive entry. So I'm still going to keep it light. Still going to keep it light right now. All right, just going to keep my stop above those highs. Don't really feel like adding in because of this is aggressive. Now, if we saw the 1 minute, respect the 1 minute fair value gap and wick back down pretty quick, I would have gone into a full. But this one is not really doing exactly what I want it to do right now. See that momentum going to the upside? This is not what I want it to do, right? So that's the opposite of what I want to see. On the 5 minute time frame, which is, I still believe we are going to drop, guys. I still believe we're going to drop. So that is my aggressive entry based off of that 5 minute fair value gap power of 3 concept. I still think we will drop. I think we're just getting that retracement. I think we're just getting a retracement move here. Maybe just creating that 15 minute fair value gap above. But I still expect us to come back down. So again, just 2 trades there with half a lot. But I do want to see us really start to reject this area and start to come back down. All right, so that's why I didn't add into a full on that position. Just because of this price action right here. A little too aggressive. A little too aggressive. I don't trust longs whatsoever today. Even with silver bullet hour, I do not trust the longs. I still expect these shorts to come right back in. That's just my mindset right now as we're seeing these shorts start to step back in here, right? Yeah, I expect pullbacks. And again, if we do end up reversing, okay, then we'll look for silver bullet longs. But I don't expect really, with the price action I've been seeing today, I'm not looking for any longs right now. Now, maybe if we come up and inverse a 5 minute fair value gap and we really start to show a reversal, then maybe we will see these longs step in. But we still have this 15 minute SIBI right above. So I just would not trust the longs yet. We're still respecting all of these imbalances on the 2 minute, the 3 minute, the 4 minute, the 5 minute. And yeah, we're showing strength right now to the upside, but not a lot of it. Not a lot of it. So like, let's say we do come up and on this 5 minute time frame, we inverse this 5 minute. That would make me think maybe about silver bullet longs. If we're starting to really prove that the longs are going to step in here, then yes. Yes, I would. I would think about it. We also have to think about this 15 minute that we're forming right now. We are forming this 15 minute SIBI right here. So I'd like to see us trade into that level here and reject it. Let's see how high we're going to start pushing up. So we're about to close here on the 15 minute. This one is pushing higher. Okay, so we just tap into the 15 minute SIBI. We did inverse the 5 minute, which is not what you want to see for the shorts here. But looking at that 15 minute, now we need to see if we're going to get a reaction off of that level. So it looks like these longs do want to start stepping in here. So we were right about the silver bullet longs. These silver bullet longs are starting to step in. Now we're starting to be proven. It's starting to prove a little bit here now that we inverse that 5 minute, like I said. I wanted to see if we would inverse this 5 minute here, and we are inversing that 5 minute. So now I just need to see the reaction off this 15. If we're going to start pushing right through this 15, I will be looking for longs here for silver bullet. But I don't really expect a crazy retracement move here. Like, I would right now, just because, guys, we have such a bearish bias today. This move down has been so aggressive, and we still have sell side to be taken on the external level. But right now, we are being shown that these longs are trying to take control. These longs are trying to take control here. All right, so remember, silver bullet, we're looking for those 1 minute fair value gaps. So if we start to reject a 1 minute bullish fair value gap, we trade into and reject it, then that's when I would actually think about taking silver bullet longs up to our buy side liquidity up here. But just overall during the session, just did not really have the mindset of looking for longs. But we are starting to inverse some key levels. 4, 3, 2, 1. So now we need to see what we do once we trade back into these fair value gaps or into this bullish fair value gap here. Are we going to reject it and continue up, or are we going to push right through it and continue down? So this is what we need to start looking for. Okay, we're rejecting it. We're starting to reject that 1 minute bullish fair value gap. The VIX is coming down a little bit. The VIX is coming down. Still not enough rejection yet. Still not enough rejection. We're forming a 2 minute bullish fair value gap down there as well. But then we got to look at this, guys. We just tapped into a 5 minute bearish fair value gap up here. We're still respecting that 15 minute bearish fair value gap here. So we would have to see a very strong rejection off of this 1 minute for me to actually want to take the longs. Okay, we are starting to reject it pretty hard here. Starting to reject it. All right, so I'm going to test out the longs here since we are rejecting that 1 minute so hard. We do have a buy side target. Keep my stop below 19,620.50. Now that we've already tapped into that 1 minute and we started to reject it, but now we need to see this one continue to the upside. Need to see some continuation past these highs, and we need to see this one come all the way up for about 200 ticks to that buy side liquidity for these silver bullet longs here. This one could still manipulate very easily, guys. This one could still manipulate very easily, so we have to be careful here. Just like we're seeing right now, we're seeing chop and manipulation. A lot of chop, a lot of manipulation here. So I need to see this one start to pump pretty aggressively right now. Just like this. I'll add into a full here. I'm going to add into a full. And see if this one wants to pump up to those highs. Silver bullet long here. So it's not my plan coming into this session. But now we're starting to see these longs step in. These silver bullet longs are starting to pump. There we go. We just hit about 70, almost 80 ticks. Again, you could take a first TP here off this 5 minute order block. I'm going to hold this one all the way up. Eval size deep is 50K, and like I said on Monday, I said I'm going to still risk the $250 that I normally risk, or $250 to $300 a day, a little bit more risk than I would on a normal account. But I said I'm going to go heavier, and I'm going to take less losses, right? So that's my plan on these evals right now. We're going to try to trade them a little bit differently. Okay, so I will move one of my stop losses. I'll move both of them up a little bit, up to that recent low. Don't want to see us come down below that. But as I said before, if you wanted to take a TP off that 5 minute OB, you could take a TP. We hit over 70 ticks, almost 80 ticks. And we hit 79 ticks right there, right? So you could take a TP. Now we need to bounce from this 1 minute bullish order block. And see if these silver bullet longs are actually going to pump to our recent high. All right, so if you do want to pass an eval quicker, this is kind of the way you can go about that. But you have to stick to your risk management plan. And basically you're saying, I'm risking 1 or 2 losses with my full position and I'm done, right? And I'm done. That's what it is. Instead of, maybe trading smaller and risking maybe like 3 or 4 trades, if you want to trade a little bit heavier, you have to still stick to that plan. All right, so this one's coming right back down. It has to bounce off this 1 minute order block. It has to. We have to bounce off this one. I move my stop up to below that low because I do not want to see us come below that low. If we do that, then I would expect the shorts to step right back in. And again, you could also have a break-even stop. You can make it risk-free. This one's coming down pretty hard. It's not really bouncing off that bullish order block like we want it to. We have to see rejection right here if these longs are going to continue. So let's see if we reject here. We're fighting through. We got to fight through some 5-minute levels, 15-minute level. That's what's holding us right now. 5-minute order block. That's why I said this could be a good TP level. Look how we bounced right when we tapped into that 5-minute. And this one is struggling a lot. I'm going to keep holding it right now. I'm going to keep holding it because we did get a reversal. We do have the silver bullet set up. We're still respecting our 1-minute levels. We're holding 1-minute bullish structure. So that's why I'm going to keep holding it. And again, you can move your stop down to break even if you would like. You can make this a risk-free stop, or a risk-free trade. You could take a TP if we reach that 5-minute order block again. Or at a 1-to-1. Right now, our risk is 48 ticks. So you could take a TP at 48 ticks or 50 ticks if you're not liking what you're seeing. Need to see this one really start to pump here. So that 1-minute bullish order block is holding, our 1-minute structure is holding, but we're just not seeing that follow through. That initial entry was great. We saw the pump right after our entry, and now we're just kind of starting to chop. So I just don't want this one to come down to that low. We gotta hold this level here. We gotta hold structure. Okay, we have a 5-minute fair value gap below. We might trade into that. We might trade into that 5-minute fair value gap below. Our stop loss is still below that 5-minute fair value gap, so I'm not worried. Because if we do come below this level, if we come below this level, I would not want to be in the longs anyways, guys. So we just tapped into that 5-minute. We need to see a reaction. We need to see some follow through to the upside. We don't want to see something like this. Aggressive manipulation is not what we want to see. Got to react off of this 5-minute here. Got to bounce off that 5-minute. And start to turn green. You need to start to see this 5-minute candle start to turn green here. All right, this is what we want to see. We need to see continuation now. We need to see some continuation here. All right, we're trading with this 1-minute market structure. We're keeping our stop below the 5-minute fair value gap. All right, so I'm okay with where my stop is at. It's below structure. If we break that low, I won't want to be in the longs anyways. This one is just really struggling to see any kind of follow through. All right, so we just got back to just about a 1-to-1, just under a 1-to-1 here. So let's see if this one wants to really expand. It's coming right back down again. Need to see some expansion. Still very choppy here. Just waiting for that breakout. So now we're above a 1-to-1 again. If you want to take a TP, you can. If you want to move your stop loss to break even, you can. Right? It makes sense if you want to do that because it's chopping and because we're not getting a lot of follow through. Yeah, we are bouncing between busy and Sibby on the 5-minute bearish order block. We need to see this one really start to pump through this level and inverse this 5-minute Sibby here. If we can inverse this 5-minute Sibby, I really, really do expect this one to come up to that next Sibby up here into that buy side liquidity. And maybe you keep your stop just 1 or 2 ticks below where I put my stop. And then maybe if it tries to stop me out, you'll still be in it. Unless the market makers are watching you too. So we are still chopping like crazy. Still chopping like crazy and not seeing that breakout. Really want to see this 5-minute start to expand and displace. Create a 5-minute bullish order block here. Inverse this 5-minute bearish fair value gap. If we can do that, these longs will definitely expand. Again, we're back to above a 1-to-1. You can also take TP if we take out our recent high here. You can move your stop loss to break even if we reach this high. So we reach that high again. You guys want to take TP, you can. I'm waiting to see how this 5-minute closes here. If this 5-minute closes above, I'm going to hold on to this trade. If it doesn't close above, I'll take a TP. There we go. Let's see us really start to expand here. I want to see how this closes, guys. If this 5-minute, like I said, if this 5-minute closes above this recent high, I'm going to hold on to this until we hit that high up there. Okay, so we closed above. We created a 5-minute bullish order block. I'm holding on to this. And if somehow this one manipulates all the way back down and stops me out, well, that's the risk I'm willing to take here. Because I just got all the confirmation I wanted on this setup here. We just hit 109 ticks. All right, so that's why I'm willing to hold this, because I just got all the confirmation I wanted to see. Everything just happened. And if this one somehow comes back down, especially after inversing a 15-minute as well, I would be very surprised. Very surprised if we don't go actually take this buy side level first. We're trading into that 5-minute bullish order block that we just formed. Now we got to fight through this 5-minute bearish order block. All right, we have an obvious level of liquidity up here. So I'll keep holding for now. Did you guys take TP? Did you guys move your stop losses to break even? Are you guys holding? How are we feeling about this one? We did just hit over 100 ticks. We just hit 109 ticks, so a few different options you could do with this trade. Took profit and got out. Yep, this one's coming down pretty aggressively here. This one's coming down pretty aggressively. Really got to bounce off this 5-minute bullish order block here if this one's going to follow through. Got to see us bounce here. Really got to reject this order block. All right, inverse 5-minute fair value gap and a bullish order block here. Need to see them push us up. So I'm still holding this one for right now. Still holding this one for now. Yep, we inverse that 15-minute, exactly what I wanted to see. Now we got to try to tap into that 15-minute above. So I'll think about it. If we pump past this high up here again, you know, maybe I'll take a TP up here. But I'm very willing to hold this position right now. You know, maybe I'll move my stop loss to break even. But I just want to see this one really start to expand. Start to expand. 5 minutes about to close. We want to see this one start to try and turn green here. Bounce off that 5-minute. So what I'll do here with this trade, if we can pump up one more time again past those highs, then I'll just make this a risk-free trade. My mental stop is at break even right now. That is my mental stop. Right? If we're going to come down to break even super aggressively and we're not going to reject that 5-minute order block, then that's probably where I'll think about just getting out and not taking a loss. Like, we're seeing this rejection here on the 5-minute. That is not what I want to see here. Not what I want to see. So mental stop is break even. If we're going to come down too aggressively, I'll just cut this one at break even. Hard stop is still down below at 19,623.50. It's really been chopping. It's really been chopping here. So I'm still holding on to this one right now. Not the best here. Again, we did hit 109 ticks. Good follow through at first, and this one just has not gone up to where I really want to see it get to. So we're getting near my mental stop down here at break even. Let's see if we're going to start pushing down aggressively. If we do that, then I'll just cut this one. Right, and I'll be around break even on the day. But I really want to see this one start to reject and push up. It's not looking like it's wanting to do that right now, though. So still holding on to this one. See what happens. Okay, back up to above a 1-to-1. All right, RC Coin. Have a good meeting. Catch you tomorrow. All right, so this one was starting to make a push again, and it's chopping right back down, starting to wick back down here pretty hard. So holding through the chop can be a pretty hard thing to do. Really will test your patience. And that 5-minute order block has definitely been holding us down. Because we haven't even reached into that next 15-minute imbalance yet. Did we tap? Okay, we barely tapped into the 15-minute inverse down there. So we'd really need to see us get expansion here and start to really push up higher. So here's what I'll do. I'll just set a limit order at the high, the recent high. And I'll take half of my position off if we can reach that high there. It's still 109 ticks, still above. It's a 1-to-2. Still 1-to-2 risk to reward. And with the way we've been chopping, I want to take profit once we reach that level. All right, 109 ticks up to that point. So let's see if we do actually want to pump. The chop is pretty crazy here. Chop is pretty crazy. This one's coming right back down. Let's look at the 5-minute here. Yeah, 5-minute. Very nice, strong, full body up close candle. Creating an order block. We traded back into the order block, and we really just have not rejected the order block like I wanted to see. We also have not even created a wick on the upside on the 15-minute candle. Yeah, maybe I should just get off the charts, huh? It's not a bad idea. Holding with diamond hands right now. Diamond hands. Yeah, I've been thinking about moving my stop loss to break even. But I do think this one still has a lot of potential to really pump here. Okay, we're almost at our TP. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Trader Joe needs a win. Trader Joe needs a win. Trader Joe's been losing too much. We are almost there. I'm just moving my stop loss to break even. Stop loss is going to break even now. Oh, let's see if these line up. So risk-free trade here. Risk-free trade now. And we'll see if this one wants to run. This is either win or break even here. This is either win or break even. Can we pump? You can do it. You can do it. It's gotten so close. It got so close to that high. And we're coming back down. Now we're coming back down. Let's see. We formed a 1 minute bullish order block here. Let's see if we can bounce off that one. Pretty aggressive down close candle here. Coming right back down to break even. Still holding. It's a risk-free trade here, so it doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't matter. I want to see this one really go to TP. I would like to get a win on this one. Pump it real good. Guys, if this one hits our TP, I might cry. I might cry with joy and excitement. And if it hits my break even, I might cry too. But not with joy. No emotions. This one has gotten very close. This one has gotten very close. This is the type of price action, though, where we slowly chop like this and kind of form a bear flag almost. And then out of nowhere, we get that volume spike. And then it just drops to 200 ticks. Right, so that's why I wanted to move my stop to break even. Just to protect from that. We have been holding this for a long time. And I still would like to see this one go to our TP. And finish out the silver bullet long. But with chop like this is not very clean price action. When we initially got our entry, price action was fantastic. It was looking great. And then we just kind of chop. That's all right. We're still holding. We are still holding to our TP. TP1, TP2. All right, we're getting up there again. See if this one pulls back pretty hard another time. Come on, NQ. Come on. Come on. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. We hit our TP. Guys, I'm going to cry tears of joy right now. I will cry tears of joy. This is the win we needed. This is the win we needed. Okay, so TP has been taken. Stop is at break even. And I will take a full TP if we can reach that high into that 15-minute imbalance above. We just tapped into that 15-minute imbalance above, into the 5-minute imbalance above. So I will hold until we reach that high or we get stopped out at break even. Either way, it's a winning trade here. But we do have relative to equal highs up there. We do have a 5-minute SIBI up there. But if you want to take a full TP, we just hit 100 and whatever ticks, 137 ticks, 137 ticks. So again, you could take a full TP, take your profit and run. No shame in doing that, guys. No shame. I'll move my stop loss into profit a little bit, honestly. Move my stop loss up to 19,642.5. All right, guys. After a tough week of not getting a lot of wins, this win does definitely feel good. This win definitely does feel good. Definitely needed to get a little win in there. This one, we really stuck to our plan. We initially took a loss, right? And then we saw the silver bullet long stepping in. We inversed some levels. We traded into a 1 minute silver bullet fair value gap, a 5 minute fair value gap, and we held with diamond hands all the way until our TP got taken. And now let's see if this is going to go hit our full TP here. Let's see if this is going to go hit our full TP. Do 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 do. I believe I can fly. Oh yeah, I'm gonna move one of my stops into profit here. I'm gonna put 3 stop loss for 3 cons there, and I'll leave 2 cons down below. Underneath this 1 minute order block, just in case this one wants to come back hard. All right, so now our stops are trailed into profit. We've got our eye on the profit, the full TP level. Let's see if this one wants to continue upwards. Very nice trade here, guys. Very nice trade. And again, I came into this session with a completely different plan, and the market told me otherwise. The market said, nope, we're doing something different. And we just went along with what the market told us to do there. I wanted to short, but the market told me to long. So still holding with my stop loss at 19,657 for 3 cons, and then my other 2 positions at 19,640.25. So we'll see this one, if this one wants to come down. We are in a 15-minute SIBI right here, guys. We could really reject this 15-minute SIBI right here. Right, we did reject it pretty hard. Okay, so one of my stops just got taken. This one's coming down pretty aggressively. Pretty aggressive drop here. So I've got 2 cons still in, but we are really rejecting off of that SIBI and off of that liquidity level very aggressively. Could even see a power of 3 here. This one might come back down. This one might come back down here, guys. I might just sell. All right, let's just get out. Let's just get out. All right, so there's our win. There's our win. All right, we might not have made it all the way to the full TP level I wanted to see us reach. Oh well. We got our win. That's what I wanted to see. Scaled up a little bit. Caught a nice win. Took profit at 109 ticks. Both of our other stops in profit. That's how I wanted to end the day right there. And now we're going to see these shorts start to step back in. Now we're going to see these shorts stepping back in. Look at that rejection off the 15-minute SIBI there. We really rejected that level. So it could be a power of 3 here. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. But I'm done. I'm not going to take any more trades, guys. That's good for me. I'm happy. I'm content. We got the win we were looking for. And now I am going to move on from today. And tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow is a new day. Move on. End the day on a positive note. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you so much. Thanks for joining up. Great session here. We'll be back tomorrow for our last trading session of the week and for our prop firm giveaway. Can't wait for that. All right, so I will see you all in the morning. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do. And stay safe. Peace out.